Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is honestly way bigger than your average survival game. We're talking about a high-stakes, real-life Among Us style scenario played out on an isolated island. You've got 10 massive creators and one secret traitor. But what we're really unpacking today isn't just the rules of a game. It's a full-blown psychological thriller. We're going to break down an absolute masterclass in deception, manipulation, and group psychology, all orchestrated by Jimmy, better known as MrBeast. So let's just jump right in.
Actually, we're going to start at the very end. I played all of you, and I almost got away with it. That is Jimmy's chilling final confession, right as the game reaches its absolute peak. And by putting this out there right now, we're setting up the dramatic irony for this entire explainer. We know Jimmy is the traitor. The really fascinating part isn't a whodunit. It's analyzing exactly how he managed to completely fool a group of his closest friends and peers for so long without them ever catching on.
Section 1. The setup and the stakes.
So, the foundation of this game is basically brutal asymmetric warfare. It's 10 completely unsuspecting YouTubers against one secret traitor. Now, on paper, you'd think the traitor is vastly outnumbered, right? Like they should be at a massive disadvantage. But in a game built on deception, being the only single person who knows the actual truth is literally the ultimate weapon. Jimmy had to navigate this crazy minefield of 10 very observant players, and he managed to turn their overwhelming numbers into a liability using pure, unadulterated paranoia.
You also have to understand how totally opposed the motivations were on this island. The main group is given a cooperative survival mission: gather wood, complete tasks, rebuild a bridge, and escape together. That requires total trust and teamwork. But the traitor's objective? It is entirely solitary, and it is completely cutthroat. They have to eliminate every single player, and the prize for pulling this off was a real diamond sword. So the stakes were incredibly high from minute 1, which set the perfect stage for betrayal.
Section 2. Hiding in plain sight. Jimmy essentially ran a flawless imposter playbook. Step 1. Literally the second the game starts, Jimmy yells out, "Beast Gang, let's stay together." He immediately embeds himself in the largest group so he has a rock-solid alibi. Step 2. He uses the traitor's unique abilities to completely sabotage the environment, cutting the lights, making everyone anonymous, just injecting chaos into the mix. And step 3. He only strikes when someone wanders off alone. This effectively frames the isolated players. I mean, it was systematic, and it worked perfectly.
The turning point is really how that first elimination went down. Jude wanders off on his own, and Jimmy just seizes the opportunity. He strikes while the main group literally has their backs turned. But here's the genius part. Jimmy sneaks right back into the crowd immediately after. The aftermath is just pure chaos. Players like Dream and Ish instantly get heavily suspected just because they happen to be near the body or had isolated task routes. So Jimmy hasn't just removed a player here. He has successfully planted those very first crucial seeds of group paranoia.
Section 3. Deflection and paranoia.
You can literally feel the panic radiating off Dream's defense. He says, "I did nothing else but speedrun. How is that not evidence?" He is desperately trying to apply logic in a completely illogical environment, pleading that doing his tasks quickly proves he's innocent. But as we see, once paranoia takes over a group, facts and logic just get thrown completely out the window. And you have to contrast Dream's frantic logic with Chandler's reaction. Chandler snaps back, "Dream, you're accusing all of them right now because he's getting the heat, and now he's trying to put it on me." Chandler doesn't see Dream's defensive panic as innocence. He sees it as guilt. He thinks Dream is just deflecting. And what's absolutely incredible about this moment is that Jimmy is standing right there, completely silent, watching innocent players do his dirty work for him. The group is literally tearing itself apart from the inside.
To keep this up, Jimmy was constantly shifting his tactics to maintain this perfect, innocent persona. At one insanely tense council, he pulled off a massive psychological bluff. He literally volunteered to be voted off to, quote-unquote, prove his loyalty. He basically told the group, "Hey, once you see I'm innocent, you'll realize our core group is compromised." It's a wildly bold move that just makes him look completely trustworthy. Add to that, he used power outages to scramble, well, basically everyone's mental maps of where the other players were. But his best tactic, he just stayed quiet while everyone else fought. Section 4. The final free. Think about how methodical his pacing was. Round 1, he takes out Jude early on, and then he just waits. In the mid-game, he takes out Nolan outside the house. But as that player count keeps dropping, the window to fake an alibi shrinks drastically, so he has to speed things up.
He ruthlessly eliminates Chandler, and then, while Kupi happens to look away for just a second, he slaughters Nick. The rapid-fire nature of these late-game eliminations forces the few surviving players into a panicked state of absolute confusion.
But, Jimmy wasn't totally flawless. There was this crazy moment with the phantom sword, where Chandler actually caught Jimmy slipping up. He physically saw a sword flash in Jimmy's hand. But because Jimmy had spent the entire game meticulously building up trust and this aura of pure innocence, the rest of the group and Jimmy himself literally gaslit Chandler into thinking he was seeing things. Jimmy just calmly goes, "Why would I flash a sword at counsel?" The total truth was staring them right in the face, but Jimmy's manipulation made it completely unbelievable.
Section 5, the traitor's confession.
So it all boils down to this single, massive question. The game is sitting at a super fragile 3 players, Cookie, Jimmy, and Tareq. Since Jimmy is the traitor, the entire outcome of the game rests completely in Tareq's hands. Whoever Tareq decides to vote for dictates everything. I want you to put yourself directly in Tareq's shoes for a second. You are exhausted, you are beyond paranoid, and you are forced to make a split-second decision on who to trust with the whole game on the line.
It is the ultimate psychological tug of war. Cookie is going straight for certainty, saying, "I am 100% confident it's MrBeast." But Jimmy, he doesn't even try to rely on facts anymore. He pivots entirely to emotional manipulation. He just looks at him and pleads, "Tareq, don't give him the win, just trust me." He leverages the friendship and the fake trust he's been building all game long, completely bypassing any sense of logic.
And then we get the grand reveal. Tareq makes his choice and actually votes correctly for Jimmy. But right before Tareq drops him into the void, Jimmy delivers this absolute villain monologue. He finally drops the act and confirms everything. He admits he got Jude, he admits he slaughtered Chandler and Nick, and the craziest part, he admits that Chandler wasn't crazy at all. He really did see the sword. It is this stunning moment of clarity wrapping up an absolute masterclass in gaslighting.
We all watch these things and think, "Oh, I'd act purely on logic." Exactly like Dream tried to do. But Jimmy proved that if you can control the narrative and leverage personal trust, you can completely blind people to the literal facts right in front of them. So it leaves you wondering, in a high-stakes scenario defined by paranoia, how easily could you be manipulated by the person you trust the most? Thank you so much for exploring this wild playbook with me today. Until next time, stay curious and hey, always watch your back.